The world of celebrity relationships is a whirlwind of highs and lows, filled with secretive glances, silent tensions, and constant speculation. Yet, there's one relationship that has captured the attention of fans and media alike: Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and the mysterious figure, Blanco. The on-again, off-again relationship between Selena and Justin has been one of the most talked about in the celebrity world. But behind the headlines and paparazzi photos, a story of intense jealousy, emotional struggles, and a hidden friendship has been quietly simmering beneath the surface. What happens when the man who once shared a love so powerful with Selena Gomez starts to feel something unexpected, a deep sense of jealousy, not just over another guy, but over someone who has become incredibly close to her, Blanco? The music world is full of collaborations, friendships, and often blurred lines, but could Blanco have been the person who unknowingly ignited Justin's inner demons? This is a story that goes beyond what we see in public. It's a deep dive into the emotions that run rampant behind the scenes, and how jealousy can shape relationships in ways we may not understand. Grab your popcorn, because we're about to dive deep into the complex and often messy world of celebrity relationships, emotions, and the wild ride that is Justin Bieber's jealousy towards Selena and Blanco. Trust us, you won't want to miss this. When Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez first began their relationship, it was like watching the perfect fairy tale unfold in real time. They were the quintessential it couple of the 2010s, with their millions of followers eagerly tracking every moment they shared. From red carpet appearances to vacation photos, their love seemed unbreakable, like a dream come true for millions of fans around the world. But as with any fairy tale, there was always a dark side lurking just beneath the surface. Their relationship was filled with both joy and heartbreak, and eventually, the pressures of their respective careers and the public's never-ending gaze led to their breakup. But what many people didn't know at the time was that their connection, even after the breakup, was far from over. There was still an emotional pull between the two, a bond that wasn't easily severed. Selena had her own journey to navigate after the breakup. She began to explore new friendships, and one in particular began to rise to the surface: Blanco. The name may not ring a bell for everyone, but Blanco is a name that commands attention in the music industry. While his personal life might be shrouded in mystery for the average person, his work with some of the biggest stars in the world speaks for itself. He's a well-known music producer and songwriter who's worked with names like Ed Sheeran, Maroon 5, and Katy Perry. But there was one collaboration that would eventually have an unforeseen impact: Selena Gomez. Their professional relationship began in 2017 with the hit song Bad Liar. What started as a mere collaboration quickly morphed into something deeper. While their musical connection was undeniably strong, it was clear to everyone watching that they were becoming more than just colleagues. Selena and Benny were spending a lot of time together, working on music, having fun in the studio, attending events, and even posting about each other on social media. As their bond grew, fans began to take notice, and that's when things started to get a little complicated for Justin Bieber. It's important to remember that Justin and Selena's breakup was far from easy. Their love story was littered with ups and downs, and the public was invested in every twist and turn. But even after their official separation, it seemed that Justin couldn't escape the emotional pull Selena still had over him. She wasn't just any ex, she was the one who had been his everything. He had been through so much with her, and letting go wasn't as simple as walking away. So, when Benny began to rise in importance in Selena's life, Justin couldn't help but feel the sting of jealousy creeping in. In the beginning, Justin tried to convince himself that it was just a phase. He had his own life to live and his own career to focus on, after all. But as Selena and Benny's friendship continued to flourish, Justin's emotions began to spiral. His jealousy wasn't just about their professional relationship, it was about something deeper. He was seeing Selena connect with someone who seemed to understand her in a way that he never could anymore. It wasn't just that Benny was becoming a key figure in Selena's career, it was that Benny was becoming someone important to her personally. And that hurt. It wasn't long before Justin began to exhibit signs of this growing jealousy. Though he was never direct about it, he found ways to let the world know that it bothered him. His Instagram feed became a place to post cryptic messages, each one seeming to allude to the pain he was feeling. His followers, who were always paying attention, couldn't help but analyze every word. They quickly picked up on the passive-aggressive posts that seemed to speak directly to Selena, or at least to the situation that was unfolding between her and Benny. It was clear to anyone paying attention that Justin was struggling. But for Selena, the situation was different. She had moved on. After all, that's what exes are supposed to do, right? She was focused on her own growth, both personally and professionally. Her music career was taking off, and she was becoming more independent than ever. But at the same time, she couldn't help but feel torn. She still cared for Justin, despite everything they had been through, and now there was this new dynamic with Benny that wasn't easy to navigate. On the other hand, Benny seemed to be completely unaware of the drama surrounding him. His relationship with Selena was based on mutual respect, admiration, and a shared passion for music. They spent hours in the studio, collaborating, laughing, and bonding. They were friends, nothing more, nothing less. Benny had no intention of causing trouble, but his closeness to Selena only seemed to fuel Justin's insecurities. The more Justin saw Selena with Benny, the more he felt like he was losing her all over again. He couldn't shake the feeling that Benny had become a fixture in her life, someone who was no longer just a colleague but someone who was emotionally important to her. That's when the jealousy reached its peak. Justin couldn't hide it anymore. He began making more direct comments, some of them bordering on passive-aggressive, expressing his frustration with the situation. It was clear that the emotional bond between Selena and Benny had stirred something deep inside him, something he wasn't ready to confront. The tension didn't just stay confined to social media or interviews. It started to have a ripple effect on their careers. Justin's personal struggles began to show up in his music. His albums, which once felt like an expression of love and devotion, now carried the weight of his internal battles. Some fans wondered if he was singing about Selena, about his jealousy, his hurt, his inability to move on. Selena, too, was feeling the pressure. Her friendship with Benny had become a source of public interest, and while she tried to maintain her composure, it was clear that navigating her past with Justin while building a new dynamic with Benny wasn't easy. Things came to a head when Justin openly confessed his feelings in an interview. It was rare for him to be so candid about his emotions, but in this moment, he was raw and honest. "I was jealous, and I knew it," he admitted. "It was hard seeing her with someone else, especially someone I didn't know as well. But I think that's a part of growing up. We all have to face those emotions, even if we don't always handle them the right way." In that moment, Justin gave the world a glimpse into the pain he had been carrying, pain that had been buried under the surface for so long. It was a painful admission, but one that allowed his fans to see a different side of him. The side that was vulnerable, the side that still carried the emotional weight of his past with Selena. Despite the tension, the relationship between Selena and Benny remained focused on their mutual love for music. Their bond, although scrutinized by fans and media, was one of genuine friendship. Benny never seemed to engage in the drama surrounding Selena and Justin's past, focusing instead on their collaborative work. However, there was no denying the undeniable chemistry between them, and it was clear to Justin that Benny had found a place in Selena's life that he couldn't easily replace. Now, years later, it's impossible not to look back at this time and wonder about the impact it had on all three of them. Did Justin ever truly overcome his jealousy, or did it become a lingering shadow that haunted his relationship with Selena? Was Benny ever aware of the emotional storm he unknowingly contributed to? The answers remain unclear, but one thing is certain: the relationship between Justin, Selena, and Benny was more complex than any headline could capture. In the end, the emotional roller coaster of jealousy, love, and personal growth will always be a part of their story. But it begs the question, can we ever fully move past the jealousy that shapes our relationships, or is it something we just learn to live with over time? What do you think? Was Justin justified in his feelings, or was it simply a matter of a complicated ex-relationship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.